Hi guys, today we are doing something way different on this channel. We are having a real Q&A video. So stay tuned, see what questions I got asked this time, find out when we're doing another one, and how you can submit questions for it. Alright, so today's video is a little different. It's a Q&A video. Mainly because, let's see, last week we didn't have a video because I got sick and then I was busy with Thanksgiving this last week, so no time for a video. So I asked on Facebook for questions and I've got these. So I sat down in front of my Brookfield. This is my first dollhouse that I ever finished and it's the most complete. I will say we are going to do another Q&A video probably the Sunday following Christmas because I know I'm going to be really busy that week too. So let's get to the questions. Wendy asks, oh, and by the way, these all came from Facebook. Wendy asks, the one I get most often is, what do you do with all the stuff you make? Well, if it's a project that I have made for a specific reason, like I needed something maybe for this dollhouse or for one of the others, then that's where it goes. Otherwise, sadly, they go into a box and they are never seen again. What I need to do is put them on Etsy, but I never seem to get to that. Jennifer asks, how did you get your start in miniatures? Well, that happened back 25 or so years ago when I was a stay-at-home mom with 2 little boys and way too much boy stuff in the house and not enough girl stuff. And it wasn't much fun sewing for little boys because they didn't appreciate it and they were too hard on their clothes. And I needed to do something just for me. So I started doing dollhouse stuff and I've been doing it ever since. Jennifer also asked, what craft stores do you get all your materials from and how do you come up with all your cool ideas? Well, first, Jennifer, thank you for saying they're cool ideas. I try my best. We don't have that many craft stores around here. We have Michael's, but if I'm looking for something specific, a lot of times I end up going from one Michael's to the next Michael's to the next Michael's, trying to find what I need. I buy a lot of my stuff at Joann Fabrics simply because they're convenient, but it's a small store that I usually go to. We also have a really good craft store. My favorite craft store here is called Craft Warehouse, and as far as I know, they're only a Pacific Northwest company, but if you have one, check them out. They're awesome. Other than that, I find stuff at the grocery store. I find stuff at Home Depot. I find stuff at Walmart. I just keep my eyes open all the time to see what I can find that I can use. Lori asked, do you have any favorite minis that you like to make? I would have to say food. I love making doll food, whether it's in the 12 scale or in the larger scale for the 18-inch dolls. Making doll food for me is a lot of fun, but I also like to cook in real life too, so that probably goes hand in hand. Kat wants to know how did I do the cabinets for my 18-inch doll kitchen. If you haven't seen my 18-inch doll kitchen, be sure and check out the Facebook group for my 18-inch dolls. The link for that is in my, where is it? It's in my blog posts or in my videos for my 18-inch doll channel. Links to my 18-inch doll channel is on the top of the page of my mini blog. Basically, those cabinets are just boxes made of foam core and covered with contact paper that looks like wood grain. Nothing very exciting. Barb wants to know, do you have any pictures of the finished toy store you built several years ago? Well, it's not finished. Yeah, I know, bad me. No, actually, I was working on that when my mom became really, really ill, and after she passed away, I never got back to it. And it is on my list of things to do for this year. After the new year, I plan to dig it out and finish the inside, because the outside got done pretty much, but the inside needs a lot of work. All right, Christina asks, how long can you keep polymer clay past the date, its date, and how can you tell what the date is? Well, I actually looked this up online because I didn't know. And it was as I suspected. There are no dates. Just use it until it doesn't work. A couple years ago when I did my reorganization of my polymer clay, I found that some of my very first polymer clays that I bought, well, I bought them before my daughter was born, and she's 22, almost 23. A couple of those packages were still just fine. And yet some of the ones I had bought in between weren't any good. How do you tell if they're not any good? They're too dry to condition. If you can't get them to condition, even adding like a polymer clay softener, which you can get from, I think it's Sculpey makes it, or adding translucent clay, if it doesn't condition, doesn't get past that being crumbly and broken up, throw it away. If you can condition it and it bakes up and it has the right color, go ahead and use it. A couple of the old ones that I threw away, they conditioned just fine, but they were light colors, and when they baked up, the color was really off from where it should have been. Both Harrison and Kay asked, will I be finishing the garage project? Yes. Now that the weather has cooled down, probably after the new year also, I will dig the garage out and we'll finish the inside. I'm kind of debating, I'm kind of halfway changing my mind about how what I want to do with it, but no, we will get back to it. It just was too hot over the summer. Excuse me, I should have brought my water. And Kay also asked about a bread dough recipe. I want to know if I wanted a copy of it. Actually, I don't use the bread dough clays. I've heard too many horror stories of people that have put things made of bread dough in their dollhouse and they've gotten eaten on by little critters, whether they be the rodent type or the insect type. So I stay away from those. I live in a very rural area and mice are really common here because of the big fields around the house. So I'm not going to put anything in my dollhouse that I think will attract critters into my house, and that goes for insects too. So I stay away from those. So that's the end of our questions for today. I think I mentioned at the beginning, I do plan to do another one of these Q&A videos, probably the Saturday after Christmas, simply because I know Christmas week is going to be really, really, really busy for me. And this is a quick, easy video. I don't have to do a lot of prep work for it. And it's fun, even though I am facing the camera and this like freaks me out. I see myself in the viewfinder. I'm used to seeing my hands only, all my videos. So this is kind of weird. So if you've stayed this long, thank you. Be sure and find us on Facebook. That's a great place to talk to me. And check out the blog post. And I will talk to you later. Bye.